Hey Capricorns, welcome to Tower and Hill. Lisa here. Yes, I'm in a new environment. Welcome to your September reading. Okay, let's get started. I come to you humbly, God, thanking you for your divine guidance, providing messages of divine light and divine love in accordance with your divine will. What is it that the Capricorn Collective needs to know for the first half of September? Actually, let's do the overall. What is the overall energy for Capricorns for September in general? Then we'll get into the reading for the first half of September. When I was meditating on your energy, I saw a paw print. I feel like there's a need for you to have cat-like reflexes, okay? There's a need for you to be adaptable, flexible, okay? Like a cat landing on their feet every time, right? That's the energy that you need to adapt. You might have some energy coming in where an opportunity coming in where you need to, where you need to adapt. You'll share wisdom at the bottom of the deck. Okay, there's a need for you to adapt here. It's an opportunity where you're going to probably be caught off guard. Maybe new things will be thrown at you and you have to think fast. All right, it's something that you can handle though, and I don't think it's a bad thing either. It's like, it could be like, let's say if you meet someone and you fall in love with someone new, right? And then, you know, it gets really serious. The next thing you know, you guys are moving in together, or the next thing you know, you're a stepdaddy or a stepmother. It's something. It's something that's gonna probably throw you for a loop, but it's something that you can handle. It's something more being put on, more responsibilities being put on. We do have withdrawal. When that happens, there's a need for you to actually go within a little bit. Okay. Transmute. There's a need to. It's a need. This is going to show you what you're actually made of. Okay. If you found yourself in a situation, you might have. Right now, you might be in a situation where you're kind of comfortable with whatever you have to do, whether it's a job, whether it's, a relationship, or whatever. You're comfortable with the level, the energy that it's pulling from you, right? But now you're going to have to be more resourceful. Okay, you're going to have to pull from a deeper well of emotions, or a deeper well of emotion, sure, or a deeper well of resourcefulness. There's a need to know what you're capable of and pulling that out. Okay, we do have reflect on your truth. There might be a need for you to go within for a little bit and reflect on your skill set, reflect on what you've done so far. How have you come through? How have you overcome adversities in the past? Okay, that's going to give you the ammo and the courage to push through when this opportunity comes in. Okay, there's a need for you to realize and understand how resilient you are. There's also a need to realize how skilled you are. Okay, whether this is an emotional opportunity or a career opportunity. All right, there's a need for you to reflect on who you've become, how wise you've become. Okay, for example, and know that you can allow that to catapult you into a courageous a courageous state of being where you can step up to the plate. Okay, whatever this is, it's going to help you build a new foundation. Okay, build on solid ground here. All right, let's get into the reading. What's going on with the Capricorn Collective for the first half of September? Oh, what was that popped out? Was that the Emperor? It sure was. Yeah. See, some of you guys might be elevated. This is some type of elevation, okay? Being that share wisdom is at the bottom of the deck, I feel like you might be put in more of a leadership role. You might have more eyes watching you, more people looking at you, okay? And there's a need for you to reflect on why you deserve to be in that position, okay? If you're stepping into more of a leadership role, a management position, a teacher role, okay, there's a need for you to realize, like, yeah, I do have the wisdom to actually be in this position, all right? It might happen abruptly, and that might throw someone off. We have the Four of Pentacles. There's a need to let go of the past narrative that you've been telling yourself, or however you viewed yourself before. There's a need to let that go. And just accept the throne. Accept having a seat at the table. Accept having a throne and having your crown. Hold your crown gracefully, okay? What else is going on with the Capricorn Collective for the first half of September? There's no need to rush when you're in this position, okay? There's no need to rush in making a decision. There's no need to rush into, like, yeah, there's a need for you to think fast. But with this building on solid ground and this Knight of Pentacles, I feel like you're going to, let's say if you got a position, right? You can take time out to withdraw and reflect on whether you want this position or not. Now, whatever this opportunity is, I don't see you guys passing it up. I feel like it's something that you're meant to do. But, like, it's something, it's your path, right? But there's a way to go about the path, right? Like, you don't want to rush into it with insecurities. You have to ground yourself. You have to prep yourself. You have to be your cheerleader. Have a little bit of a cheerleading session. Reflect on who you are so that you can go into this with wisdom, with confidence, with strength, okay? Especially if you're, let's say you're stepping into a new position as a CEO, for example. That first impression that you give to your employees, it can't be changed, right? If you go into it as a nervous wreck because you haven't done the work to really build yourself up, then you're going to unnecessarily, you know, give off a certain level of incompetence and having to prove yourself, you know. That's a real life manifestation that can play out if you don't, you know, just if you don't take the time out to actually think about it. Like, okay, I can do this. These are my strengths. These are my weaknesses. Okay, I know my strengths. I know what I'm good at. I know whatever I'm not good at, I can outsource. Okay, and I'm just speaking on business terms, but obviously this can play in as far as love as well. Like, let's say if you're in a relationship and someone gives you proposes, right? You can think on it, right? Or if they're proposing expanding the family, think about it, okay? Really think about it instead of it. Even if it's something that you want to do, if you rush into it without thinking about it, it can cause for some like unnecessary blunders, all right? So take your time in planning this out, okay? If it's about expanding a family, why do I want this? How would I build up my family? What kind of family life do I want? And really think about it, visualize it so you can go into it with more confidence. So you don't feel like you're rushed into anything. Because it does seem like whatever this is, it might happen kind of quickly, okay? It is something that you are capable of doing, though. We have the King of Wands coming out with the Eight of Cups here in reverse. Well, the King of Wands in reverse and the Eight of Cups in reverse here. Okay, I guess we'll look into that. Because there is something to let go of. This could be a mindset of yours. It's a source of unhappiness. Okay, this could be insecurities. It could be a narrative that you've been telling yourself that made you feel like you're incapable of handling whatever this responsibility is. Okay, it could be a mentality or it could be a person. Whatever it is, your intuition is helping you navigate this. It's trying to show you, like, this is the point. Here's a pain point in your mindset that has been running, okay? It's a program that's been running that's no longer serving you. And with the Eight of Cups, it's time for you to walk away from that. This opportunity, whether it's love, because love have a tendency to trigger, right? Whether it's love, whether it's new money, whether it's whatever it is, whatever this opportunity is for you to break free into empress mode, okay? There's something that's stopping you from stepping into that, and you have to walk away from it. All right, let's get more into it. Why is this Eight of Cups here? Um, it's becoming a burden, okay? The King of Wands keeps coming out. So for some of you guys, this might be you. For some of you guys, this is a relationship. This is a person, King of Wands energy. If you have a King of Wands energy around you, this is someone who's like kind of here for play. They're really not here for anything serious. They're not an emperor, okay? Some of you guys are holding on to this relationship. Now, this could be the energy of someone else, or this can be your energy where you've been playing around a lot, and now you're being led to step into a more serious role. Okay, you might have, like I said, it's something that's going to make you have to tighten up. You have to button up. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. All right. This is more of like a childish, playful energy. And now it's like, now it's game time. Okay. If this is a person, then it's time to walk away from that person, because you have to get on a frequency to meet someone who's serious, who can actually give you the commitment that you want. Whatever this past energy is, if it's a person or an energy within you, it's still something that wasn't making you happy, and it was kind of immature, and it's time to grow out of it. Yeah, we have the Three of Pentacles coming out. The King of Wands is bringing that Three of Pentacles in reverse energy. It's an energy that was not cooperating with you. With the Six of Cups here, even though it's something that felt warm and gooey about it. You know, if this is a person, you connected with them on a spiritual level. It was probably fun. This could be a cycle of people. You could have been used to like dating around a lot, right? And just having fun. And then you're being led to put that playful energy away and actually buckle down and get into husband or wife energy. All right? That's what it seems like here. Whether you have to leave a person to get into that energy or leave your old ways to get into that energy. That's what's happening. It's something that's more conducive for your growth. Is balancing things out. This is a common theme right now with the readings. Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, Capricorn energy for sure. All right. Resilience, building your own kingdom. Okay, it's time to put like the child play to the side, because now it's time to build your kingdom. Eight of Pentacles, let's now put it in the work, okay? This can be a spiritual growth too. I feel like this will be a major overhaul in general. Somebody wanted something, Nine of Cups energy. Somebody was working towards something, but they might have been working on it like half-assedly. They were working on it. They were like half-ass wanting something. Okay. I'm sorry, I just had breakfast. Someone half-ass wanted this life, wish fulfillment, whether somebody wanted a new love or a certain type of love, but they weren't moving in a way to attract it, okay? Or they wanted a certain type of income, but they weren't working as hard to get it. You know, it's something like that, where somebody they were just playing around, you know? But now it's like, okay, Justice card. It's time to do the right thing, all right? This could be the energy. Somebody could be feeling this way about you, like, they might have been playing around with your love, right? And now they're like, okay, they're feeling the pressure to really buckle down and go get you, come for you, you know. But yeah, the pressure is coming from the intuition, okay, with the High Priestess here. It's like an intuitive guidance of like, okay, it's time. All right, I played around enough. It's time to settle down. We did have the reading, the Capricorn reading about spirit babies. I feel like that's what's happening. Like, if it's a romantic thing, it's somebody's realizing, whether you're conscious of it or not, it's like somebody's being prepared for the baby to come through, for the babies to come through, and for the parent, the person to come through, for the serious commitment to come through, okay? Yeah, it's a major upgrade. It's a major upgrade that someone was playing with for a really long time. Or not for a really long time, but somebody's been playing with. They've been used to playing. Okay? The Two of Pentacles, which is going back and forth. The dilly-dallying about what the intuition is telling them. Someone could have been led to someone. Okay? Or to take a certain path seriously. Whether it's a choice in love. Or whether it's a choice in the career. Somebody was bouncing back and forth like, I could do it, maybe, maybe not. All right, and now it's like, okay, you were playing around enough. Now it's time. All right, with the Ace of Cups coming out here. This is a new path of love, love overflowing, moving into a new way of loving, okay? Loving wholeheartedly. If you, the King of Wands is kind of, it could be a player type of energy. Now, whether you were carrying this energy or you were used to dealing with this type of energy, it's time for you to release whatever it is that attracted that, okay, into your life, and also release it. And if you're a player, then release the player energy within you, because it's time to get serious with the World card. There's a new energy coming in. This is a brand new upgrade here, a brand new overhaul, like, in every aspect of your life. This is an upgrade. Eight of Wands. You're being nudged. You're definitely being nudged by your intuition, for sure. And some of you guys by your spirit babies. Like, all right, you guys, you had enough fun kissing all these frogs. All right, let's see. What is the blockage? What's a blockage? What are we failing to see? And the advice. What's a blockage? You have the Page of Wands in reverse coming out, along with the Page of Swords. Some people want to hold on to this new responsibility. So, okay. This new responsibility, this new level, this maturity that needs to come on board, all right? This new commitment that's about to come into play, it's going to happen regardless, okay? Now, the thing is, are you going to go into it kicking and screaming, or are you going to hold your crown gracefully and just deal with it, you know? And like I said, the way to go into it gracefully is taking a time out to reflect on your truth. Like, if somebody was a player and then they ran into someone who made them not want to be a player no more. I don't want to be a player no more. Then they might want to run away from it, right? If somebody's in a relationship and somebody gets pregnant, somebody might feel like, oh man, I'm not ready for this. The baby coming anyway, right? There's a need for you to reflect on how good of a father, how good of a mother you'd be. Focus on the positive aspects of it. There's a need to talk yourself into something, because it's something that you actually do want. All right? But with the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords, there's some like immaturity there that like you don't, it's kind of, okay, I can't like knock this, right? Hold on. I'm trying to make sure I don't flash you guys. All right. So the page energy, that's very like kitty type of energy, okay? Um, some of you guys might be having twins. Hey. All right. But yeah, this is a page of swords and a page of wands coming out. Two page energies. This is the youngest energy of the court cards, okay? It's something about wanting to hold on to that lack of responsibility. It's something about wanting to hold on to that playfulness, okay? That's coming off as a blockage. There's a new way to look at this responsibility. Like, don't look at it like, okay, well, now my life is over and I don't have to, you know, I can't just play around. And, you know, it's something about commitment that obviously brings someone, it's grounding, and it brings someone to, you know, bring someone down to earth. You know, if you don't have any ties or anyone that you have to speak for, or if you don't have anyone to take care of, whether it's a kid or, you know, whether it's your spouse, you don't have to care for anyone's emotions, you know, while you're single. It's something about that that's liberating, right? So some people might be dealing with that. All right. Or that might be triggered, like, oh man, now I have somebody to worry about, you know. But that's also something that's being triggered from that is like, am I responsible enough to do it? Okay, can I actually do this? And I feel like that's really what's coming about. That's the biggest truth that needs to be reflected on. Once again, having that cheerleader session, whatever this commitment is that's coming on board, is something that you can do. All right, it is something that you're prepared for. If it's a new baby coming on the way, you'd be a great mother, a great father. Okay, and there's a need for you to realize that and eliminate this shame, guilt, whatever this is. If you're going into a new commitment, you might be looking at it like, wow, but I really did some crappy things in the past. Like, I don't deserve this love. You do deserve that love. You do deserve whatever this opportunity is that comes your way. All right, it's something about that that's like triggering issues of self-worth. All right, what are they feeling to see? Yeah. So Six of Swords, it's time to walk away from that. If you guys were walking, whoever was walking around like a player, right? Or playful, being like very playful and not really holding themselves accountable. Or maybe you were, but in certain ways you weren't, like, you didn't have to be committed to anything, right? In whatever capacity. If you were moving like a player, it's time to admit the truth of that player mentality, that you weren't really that happy doing that. It was something about that was tumultuous. Okay? Like, it's fun, but it was chaotic, and now it's time to step into a more solid foundation. This energy, oh, this energy is it's such a nervous energy, though. It's like someone meets someone and it's just like, okay, if this is a love thing, someone meets someone, they're like, oh my gosh, I have to be serious about this person. Like, I cannot be a player. I cannot mess around on this situation. And I'm going to take the situation. I'm going to take the situation and I'm going to be right. I have to come correct. If this is a job, then it's like, oh my gosh, I have a lot of people that I have to, you know, tend to. If you have a lot of employees, you know, it's something about that. Like, wow, this person's, if you're going to have children, wow, this person's life is in my hands. It's something, it's a shift it's kind of nerve-wracking a little bit. And it kind of makes you look at the days of, like, not having to be that responsible. Why is the Six of Swords here? I don't see you guys shying away from it. I think it's just a matter of the fear is really stemming from self-worth issues. Okay? The Five of Cups is coming out again. It's looking back at, like, oh, I didn't have those responsibilities before, and, you know, it was liberating. And now I did a whole lot of bull back then. And now I have these kids that I have to take care of, or I have this person whose heart is in my hands, you know, or I have all these employees whose lives depend on my success in this role. Okay, can I do this? I've been pretty crappy in the past. Am I capable? You know, there's a need for you to really start facing that self-worth that's coming up. It's coming out as what you're failing to see. The reason why you're looking back is not because you want the liberation of bouncing from bed to bed if you're a player, or bouncing from job to job if you, I mean, you know, if it's corporate, or deciding not to have kids. You know, it's not the liberation of that. The thing that you're looking back at is the lack of commitment and the lack of responsibility that you have for other people. Like, it's like nobody would be able to, like, you can mess up your own life, but now once you have other lives in your hands, and now you have to really pay attention to your moves. You know, you have to tighten up. What are they failing to see? Where are we at? 26? Okay. Two of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it's a breakthrough. Okay, I do see you guys actually taking this on, of course, but there's just a matter of it is going to feel a little bit like a loss. Hermit card. I don't know. This feels very emotional. This feels very emotional. Like, I'm trying it. I feel. It's going to feel like a little bit of loss, right? You're losing some of your freedom. There's a need to go in a hermit mode so you don't become that person who, like, I don't know if you guys know this Nas song. I think it's Stillmatic or Illmatic, whatever, but it's a song called Second Childhood. Okay? There's some people where they grow in age, but they don't grow in wisdom, right? And they try to hold on to their heyday, right? There's a need for you to, that's the difference between holding the crown gracefully, okay, or going into this transition kicking and screaming. There's a need for you to do some reflection as to, like, what life you've lived so far, okay, so that it can give you clarity about, like, why this situation needs to happen, why it's time for this, okay? It's like the difference between, like, someone being a player, or, and then, you know, boom, they have a family now, and they continue to be a player, and they act like, you know, they act like just as much of a kid as the kid, you know. It's a difference between that and someone who's a player and they're like, okay, this kid changed everything for me. This commitment, this love changed everything for me. And now I'm going to put away my old ways. I can't hang out with these types of people anymore. I can't do these types of things anymore. I can't be out until like 4 or 5 in the morning because I have to wake up in the morning and feed my kid. You know, it's like that. It's the difference between that. How are you going to hold the crown? Because the crown is going to be there. Okay, you're going to have to carry this weight of responsibility. Now it's a matter of, are you going to handle it with grace, or are you going to handle it in kicking and screaming, okay, like a child? Yeah, so that's why there's a need to go into introspection mode so you can be at peace with this new responsibility coming in. What's the advice? You have the Eight of Pentacles coming out in reverse. That's the Six of Wands in reverse. What else we got here? And a Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay. So there might be a bit of a challenge, like I mentioned. Like, there's a challenge of going into it kicking and screaming. Some people might feel bitter about this new responsibility. Okay. That's going to be for some of you guys. All right. So just be mindful of that. Yeah, something heartbreaking about this. It's a bit of a tower moment. I don't know if it's heartbreaking. I think it's a bit of a tower moment. The loss of it. It's like you have to. It's like if you're used to being in frat boy, frat girl energy, right? And now it's like, okay, now you're leaving college. And now you have to go into the real world. That's the energy that I'm getting here, okay? That energy, it doesn't mean like, you know, whether you're in college or out of college, whether you're going to a new position in a job, whatever it is, it's the energy of having to put away the playful, fun energy and having to button up. And yeah, it's going to be a bit of a tower moment. It's like you're going to have to mourn the old way. Yeah, there's two ways to look at this thing. Some people are going to be able to hold the crown and be graceful and move forward with it. Some people are just going to try and relive, you know, hold on tight to that old way of being, all right? Because we have the Queen of Wands coming out with the Six of Wands, and like the Queen of Wands in reverse is not really the best energy. It's not the most mature. It could be kind of resentful. Okay, so there's a need to be mindful of that. It's like resentful that this happened, like that the universe with the Eight of Wands, the universe is pushing this on you, right? And it might feel like that, and now it's just like, okay, like I said, cat-like reflexes. Now you have to think on your feet, like, oh, you just brought this my way. Okay. But it doesn't seem like it's a bad thing. Like with the Ace of Pentacles, like it's something good that's helping. It's going to elevate you, but it's just you have to sacrifice a level of freedom now with this responsibility. With the Knight of Cups, it's a dream, okay? It is something that it's a good thing. That's why it's like this energy is so solemn and so serious, but with the Five of Pentacles, it's like it might be a challenge to focus on the good of this, because the energy that I'm getting here is just like, oh my gosh, now I have to do this. Like, but this is a good thing. It's a good thing, all right? Maybe someone didn't want another child, you know, and now they have to just buck up, you know. It's interesting. It's interesting because it's a good reading. It is a good reading, but the feeling of it is just like dread. It's solemn, it's serious, and it's also nerve-wracking. The most nerve-wracking energy, part of this energy is, can I handle this? So I'll end this by saying, you can handle it. It's something that is meant for you. Wow. Okay. We have wasp spirit. Sometimes life stings. Yeah, it's something about this. It's the loss. Okay. Because something has to be sacrificed. Oh, God. Something has to be sacrificed in order to hold this crown. All right. If you're upgrading your life, you might have to, let's say you're leaving a town with all your friends, okay? That can be a sacrifice. If you get this really good job that you know you have to take and now you're leaving the country, that's a major sacrifice, okay? That's could be something that stings. But that's like a double-edged, like it's two sides of that coin. It's a really great opportunity, but it sucks that you have to throw away your old life, okay? If this is this could be a spiritual thing too. Set healthy boundaries. Yeah, it's you're gonna have to, like I said, it's certain people, like if you're a new parent, you realize, okay, there's certain friends that you just really can't hang out with anymore because they're shitty, right? They were good for you, they were fun for you, but as far as you, family man or family woman energy, you can't really hang out with them like that, okay? Because they're full of trouble. So it's certain things like that. We have to set responsibilities because of these. You have to set boundaries because of these new responsibilities coming through. Dragonfly spirit, truth transcends illusion. It's something about this this upgrade that's going to shine a light on certain connections that you have to separate yourself from. All right, and Spirit has a plan here. Certain people are going to have to get pushed out, okay, and certain mindsets. These boundaries can be external boundaries, but also boundaries within your own mindset, okay. Like there's certain narratives that you need to start checking. There's certain thought processes that you can no longer, you know, continue to entertain because it's no longer serving you. All right, like the self-worth issues or whatever the case is, there's a need for you to release that so you can build a new foundation, start building your kingdom. There's certain people that can't come into your kingdom. There's certain thoughts that can't come into your kingdom, okay? Spirit has a plan as these tower moments are happening. But it's something about this, it's like, it's bittersweet. All right. This is beautiful. Yeah. The withdrawing. There's going to be need to withdraw from people. All right. All Capricorns. Let me pull from the Romance Angels deck. Let's see what's going on. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. We have passion, attraction, and chemistry coming out. And engagement, okay? Some of you guys, this is, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, okay? The new responsibilities, whatever that is. But it's something that's bringing a lot of passion. It's something that you really enjoy. Whether it's a person, a thing, whatever the case is. Something that you're really going to enjoy. But it's going to require separating from the old. Separating from old people, old ways of being, old town, whatever this is, okay? Separation is something that has to be sacrificed so you can get this dream, okay? All right. Well, Capricorn, let me know what you think. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, add me on IG, that's Tower and Heal. If you want a personal reading, check out the info box below. I do those. If you want to be a patron, angel donor, check out the Patreon link below. Thank you so much for the patrons so far. All right. Thank you so much, and until we meet again, peace.